like on games that, you know, kind of have the multiplayer tacked on, like this. And I played the Dead Space 2 multiplayer for quite a bit when that first came out. And it's just, for some reason, I just like the smaller multiplayer games more. Not sure why. I guess for me, you know, the less there is in the multiplayer, the funner it is. Because in Call of Duty, you see that, like, the multiplayer is basically the same. They just keep adding, you know, more stuff to it. And it gets more, there's more to it and more complicated, but the same basic, you know, premise around it. But with games like this, I mean, the premise is really easy. And there's it's, you know, there's not a whole lot to do other than, you know, what you're supposed to do. And I think that's probably why I like the smaller multiplayer stuff better. And it seems like they're updating the multiplayer quite a bit. There's an in-game multiplayer store. You earn credits from each match you play in the multiplayer. You earn credits and you can buy these, like, there's a recruit pack, a Spectre pack, and a veteran pack, I think. I think Spectre pack's the highest one. But once you get enough credits, you buy it and you get, you know, like, you get Cobra missiles, or you get Metagel, stuff like that. But it's overall, I mean, it's a really fun multiplayer. I like it. But holy crap, Miranda has a voice actor whose name I can't even pronounce. Seth Green. But Mass Effect 3 was it was a really good game. I believe it was probably just as good as the second one. I don't really think I can say it was any better than the second one. I think the story was definitely a lot better. I think it was more emphasized in this game, considering, you know, the whole war is actually going on. But I mean, I think it was probably just as good as the second one. I mean, you don't really meet any new characters. You kind of just reunite with everyone that was in the previous games. And I mean, basically, like, in the first Mass Effect, you had the vehicle thing. What was it called? The Mako or something like that, I think it was called. That crappy car that had very, very shitty controls. And then in the second game, you had the mining thing, the space mining, you know, and upgrading the ship and everything. In both those games, they had something that people hated. But in Mass Effect 3, there's not really anything. I mean, they kind of just took that stuff out and then didn't really add anything, you know, to replace that thing. They just, like, you know what, we'll just take these out so we don't take the chance of anyone hating anything. But they didn't really add anything new in place of that, so now that felt kind of weird. But I mean, the game was good. The game looked really good. I can only assume on PC it looks 10 times better. But the game looked good. The game controlled very well, basically the same controls. The voice acting was, you know, was good for the most part. There's some instances in all the Mass Effect games. The voice acting seems kind of cheesy sometimes, but I mean, overall, I mean, the voice acting wasn't bad at all. It has a good soundtrack, like this little slow melody that's playing right now on the credits. I like it. It's really good. It captures the feeling of the game. And you definitely don't get as many, like, you know, partners or companions in this one. And I believe the overall feel of Mass Effect 3 felt like, I don't know, it felt more condensed than it did in Mass Effect 2. But I mean, that's not like a flaw or anything. That's just how it felt to me. It felt more condensed and, you know, a little more stiff, if you guys can understand what I'm saying. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it kind of shared everything that Mass Effect 2 had. Nothing really. I mean, good voice acting. It looked really good. Good soundtrack. Good story. The story was definitely represented pretty well. I do believe they kind of like, every time you went somewhere in the shuttle, they had to find some excuse for you to like land, you know, far away from your objective. And normally this wouldn't be a problem because, you know, you want to go around and fight things, but they kind of made it obvious in this game. There, you know, every time you went to a planet in the shuttle, there's always a gun that's up, or the zone is too hot, or, you know, whatever. They just tried making some excuse for you to be, you know, sent 50 yards away from your objective. And really, I mean, I only noticed it like once when we destroyed the Geth guns and the shuttle came in and started shooting rockets at everything. That's the only time I really noticed it, because you notice that the, you know, shuttle has rockets and everything, and it makes you think like, why can't the shuttle just bust in shooting everything?
Did that all really happen?
Yes, but some of the details have been lost in time. It all happened so very long ago.
When can I go to the stars?
One day, my sweet.
What will be there?
Anything you can imagine. Our galaxy has billions of stars. Each of those stars could have many worlds. Every world could be home to a different form of life. And every life is a special story of its own.
Tell me another story about the shepherd.
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.
That's basically just a little cutscene after the credits. It's the same after all of them. But, Commander Shepard has become a legend by ending the Reaper threat. Now you can continue to build that legend through further gameplay and downloadable content. Cool stuff. So, Mass Effect 3 was just about as good as the second one, I would say. Not any worse, not any better. I still think the game was very enjoyable. I really liked Mass Effect 2. The first one I thought was alright. I just felt it lacked character that I believe the second one brought to the table. And now the third one. Third game is really good. Like I said, good voice acting, good story, good soundtrack. There are some gaps that you notice. Shut up, lady. There are just, you know, there's minor gaps that you can notice throughout, like, some of the cutscenes and a little bit in the story. But, I mean, with how the story is presented, with how the game is organized, they did a very good job. The game seems more narrow in the fact of, you know, like the galaxy map and, you know, talking to all these people, and I actually think that's better. They give you, the game is better in the fact that it's simpler. It's narrow-minded in the fact that, you know, you don't have to go space mining and you have to upgrade your ship and upgrade all this crap. You don't have to go to one place to the weapon launcher and the one place to do, you know, something totally different. You can all go to one area and do it. So I think the game definitely improved on that. They made things simpler by, you know, taking all the stuff it had and condensing it into one thing, essentially making it less, which is sometimes a good thing. Sometimes less is always better. So I think BioWare did a really good job on this game. I'm sure they're going to release quite a few, well, not quite a few, but a few things, maybe 2 or 3 things of DLC, whether it be, you know, multiplayer DLC or single player. not including the one that was not including the day one DLC. But they definitely did do a good job on this game. I'm satisfied with this game, and I guess it's time to continue on to the next project that we need to do, or finish the project. I still have Dead Space I need to finish, and then I recorded one part of Uncharted 2 just to get some of it recorded, and that was a little bit ago. I mean, that was probably a few weeks ago that I recorded that, so I may re-record that because I might not want to upload it at this point. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. So I want to thank you guys for watching the journey of Commander Shepard, his final journey. I hope you guys will be excited for the next Mass Effect game. They have said that this is not the end of the Mass Effect series, but this is the end of the Mass Effect, trilogy that includes Commander Shepard. So, I mean, I like the ending because it does leave the game open to other possibilities and, a different universe as a whole. So, I mean, I think they might be doing what BioShock is doing, like what they're doing with BioShock Infinite. They don't think of BioShock as, the name for a game. They think of BioShock as like an idea. I think that's what they're doing with Mass Effect, and I think it's a really good thing, especially for Mass Effect, since now the universe is essentially changed because of Commander Shepard. So, I mean, they have a whole new, different type of universe they can create, a whole new, different type of ideas. So, I know I'm going to be looking forward to it. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed Mass Effect 3. If you guys can do me a huge favor, give this video lots of support, leave a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Helps me out a lot, keeps me motivated. I hope you guys enjoyed Mass Effect 3. This was my longest playthrough to date. I haven't done that many, of course, but this is my longest one to date. This was over 110 parts. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on whatever walkthrough you guys watch next. I'll see you guys next time. I am out.